Money made, that's all I do is get money. Today is a rose gold day, as you can see. Arnold Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory. 1.8 million right here.
Things didn't go right. Took a loss. I took a heavy loss, actually. But nothing can hold me back.
On a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City.
In the unforgiving world of professional boxing, an unblemished record is the holy grail. For over 2 decades, one man stood as the untouchable ghost of the squared circle, painting a masterpiece of defensive brilliance to build a perfect 50-0 record. He branded himself with a single, undeniable concept: money. His entire public persona was meticulously crafted around an aura of extreme, unreachable wealth, characterized by private jets crossing the globe, custom hypercars lining massive driveways, and an absolute dominance over the financial landscape of combat sports. Diamond-encrusted
slogan, hard work and dedication. I believe in working hard, and I'm going to dedicate myself to whatever I'm involved in. You got to dedicate yourself.
Mayweather watches worth millions, sprawling estates in Las Vegas, and social media posts flaunting towering stacks of cash became his signature. Fans and critics alike were mesmerized by the spectacle of a fighter who seemed to have conquered not only his opponents but the very concept of money itself. Mayweather turned every fight into a financial event, generating pay-per-view numbers that shattered records and earning him the title of the highest-paid athlete multiple years running. But suddenly, the impenetrable armor surrounding this boxing legend faced a completely different kind of strike. Reports began to surface in 2025 and intensified into 2026, sending shockwaves through the fighting community and beyond. These reports linked the undefeated icon to a staggering financial scandal involving hundreds of millions of dollars and whispered the once impossible
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
word: bankruptcy. Court documents, creditor lawsuits, and investigative pieces detailed mounting debts, foreclosures on commercial properties, a high-interest $54 million loan, unpaid taxes, and legal actions from luxury vendors and landlords. For a man who built his entire legacy on never taking a hit and outsmarting every opponent, this was a massive public blow. The sheer idea that the richest athlete in combat sports history could be tangled in a catastrophic financial collapse created immediate tension, forcing the notoriously proud fighter into a corner he had never seen inside the ring.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. We can't feed our family just saying I love you. Money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
The contrast was jarring. While Mayweather continued to post images of luxury and cash, public records painted a picture of liquidity pressure, liens on vehicles and aircraft, risks to his Las Vegas strip club property over unpaid taxes exceeding $52,000, and multiple lawsuits seeking hundreds of thousands to millions in unpaid rent, jewelry, and exhibition purses. Veteran observers noted that the aura of invincibility he spent decades building was now cracking under the weight of real-world financial scrutiny. What once looked like an endless empire of wealth was increasingly viewed through the lens of sustainability, leverage, and
Mother being on drugs, dad going to prison, me just going to the Olympics by myself, 7 of us in a 1-bedroom. I said, you know what? I left school. Within 6 months, I was a millionaire.
Rather than retreat into silence, the defensive master mounted a massive counteroffensive, pointing directly to his tangible assets to crush the growing doubts. He revealed a staggering real estate expansion, claiming absolute, partner-free ownership of 62 apartment buildings planted firmly in the heart of New York City. This was not just a superficial wealth flex, it was a calculated move to demonstrate overwhelming financial solidity, featuring over 1,000 affordable housing units and sprawling commercial retail spaces under his singular control. In interviews and social media posts throughout 2025 and early 2026, Mayweather emphasized that these properties generated steady income streams and appreciated in value, serving as a bedrock for long-term generational wealth. He toured the buildings on camera, declaring, "All the buildings belong to me, I don't have no partners," positioning the $402 million portfolio as proof of his business evolution beyond boxing. Yet, this aggressive display of wealth stems from a psychological foundation built far away from the glitz of Manhattan. Behind the mountains of cash and the diamond-encrusted watches lies a deeply rooted story of extreme adversity. Born into a turbulent environment with a father incarcerated and a mother struggling with deep personal demons, he was forged in the fires of a crowded, desperate one-bedroom apartment in
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. Yeah. I need everybody. I mean everybody. Had girl collection Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
has repeatedly stated that his flashy lifestyle sends a message, "I made it out, and you can too." In his analytical worldview, money is simply the ultimate tool of liberation, a protective shield that grants his family the safety, education, and experiences he was completely denied in his youth. He has spoken about wanting his children and extended family to never worry about eviction, hunger, or lack of opportunity. This philosophy explains why he continues to flex wealth even amid rumors of financial strain. It is both a celebration of victory over his past and a psychological armor against returning to it. However, critics argue that this deep-seated need to prove success through visible excess may have contributed to the very spending patterns now under scrutiny. Reports of new mortgages in 2025, foreclosures on other commercial properties, and a $54 million high-interest loan suggest that maintaining the empire requires constant financial maneuvering. The New York portfolio, while impressive, has faced questions about the exact ownership stake, with some reports indicating it may involve partnerships rather than sole control. This tension between public claims of total ownership and private financial pressures adds layers to Mayweather's story. A man driven by trauma to build an unassailable fortress of wealth.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Who would have thought that the guy on the left would have taught his son on the right the exact same style, and that his son on the right would have gone all the way to being undefeated and made over $1 billion in boxing?
The architecture of this phenomenal success, however, was not built in isolation. The foundation of his legendary career was meticulously constructed by his father, Floyd Mayweather Jr., a former fighter who gifted him the ultimate defensive puzzle, the infamous shoulder roll. This technique became the definitive weapon of his career, an impenetrable shell that frustrated the greatest fighters of an entire generation, from Manny Pacquiao to Canelo Alvarez, Oscar de la Hoya, and Miguel Cotto. His father instilled a level of physical and mental discipline that elevated the son from a talented prospect to a billion-dollar prize fighter, teaching him not just how to fight but how to think inside the ring, anticipating punches, conserving energy, and turning defense into offense. However, the staggering injection of wealth created a deep and undeniable fracture in their bloodline. As the fight purses evolved from millions to hundreds of millions, the dynamics of their relationship began to severely deteriorate. Public disputes erupted, with the father accusing the son of ingratitude and the son pushing back against perceived attempts to control or profit from his success. Floyd Mayweather Sr. would later express deep regret in interviews, recognizing that the overwhelming presence of extreme wealth fundamentally altered their connection, replacing familial bonds with material distractions, ego clashes, and bitter, highly publicized conflicts. The once close father-son training dynamic gave way to estrangement and legal tension.
How did you get? You already thought about how did you get, Al?
Damn.
What's that? Start again. Where you at?
That played out in the media for years. It is the tragic irony of his legacy. The very defensive brilliance that protected him in the ring could not guard his inner circle from the corrupting influence of the empire they built together. The shoulder roll kept punches from landing cleanly on his chin, but nothing could shield the family from the pressures of sudden, massive fortune. Mayweather has acknowledged the strain in rare reflective moments, noting how money changed relationships around him. This personal cost adds depth to the current financial narrative. Even as he fights legal and creditor battles in 2026, the scars of fractured family ties serve as a reminder that success extracted a heavy emotional price. The patriarch who provided the blueprint for defensive mastery also witnessed how that same success tested the bonds it was meant to strengthen.
We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, you know, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is or it ain't. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
Despite this unmatched financial acumen, his recent career choices have ignited a firestorm of criticism from highly respected analysts and sports media figures. Prominent voices like Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith have openly condemned the trajectory of his post-retirement chapter. While his official final victory against mixed martial arts superstar Conor McGregor made business and combat sense at the time, his subsequent transitions into the exhibition circuit against internet personalities like Logan Paul and figures completely devoid of boxing pedigree, such as John Gotti III, have drawn severe backlash. The consensus among these veteran analysts is that stepping into the ring with amateur content creators deeply diminishes the prestige of a legendary 50-0 record. They argue that true elite greatness requires vigorously protecting one's domain, maintaining a pristine space where only worthy challengers
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
We get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yeah.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you who good with their hands, and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what.
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul?
I
now?
wanted to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging
Well,
rights.
this isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money represent.
Represent?
Yep. Lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll
actually
get
a
it.
battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up. Put a patch over his eye, say closed for the weekend.
Really?
are granted entry. For these critics, the exhibition spectacles resemble theatrical entertainment rather than professional combat, threatening to permanently dilute the immense respect he commanded as the greatest defensive fighter in history. Sharpe and Smith have repeatedly questioned why a fighter with Mayweather's legacy would risk his aura against opponents who lack the skill to truly test him. The debates intensified in 2025 to 2026 as more exhibitions were announced, with some suggesting these bouts serve primarily as cash-generating events rather than competitive showcases. This criticism gained new momentum when Logan Paul publicly renewed claims in early 2026 that Mayweather still owes him $1.5 million from their 2021 exhibition, tied to alleged $10 million pre-sale deal using Paul's likeness. Paul stated he was entitled to 15% and expressed doubt about collection amid Mayweather's other legal issues. Such voices add weight to the narrative that the exhibition era
Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
offering lessons for athletes everywhere about the importance of transparency, diversified income, and disciplined management long after the final bell.